So we wait for people to join. It's early in the morning in many countries, so we probably have more friends watching the replay. So welcome for all the Dao friends and around the world. Yeah, Wudang, Wudang, Tianzun. Today I'm speaking from the Wudang, like always, like most of the time, Wudang in Germany, the Dao temple. And yeah, I'm just preparing some tea for me, and today I'm drinking one of my favorites in these days. It's the Bai Qi Lan. If you like tea, you're most welcome to join me for a tea. Today is a very important holiday or holy day for Daoists around the world, and in a moment I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history, about the story behind that. Today is Chun. So in the name of the German Daoist Education, I also wish you a very good spring beginning. Chun is the first day of the year, basically the first important festival, and yeah, in the traditions of the ancient Chinese culture, Chun is even more important than the spring festival itself, which is in about 10 days or a little bit more. So Chun is actually one of 24 very important dates in the Daoist calendar or Chinese traditional calendar. This calendar is according to the moon phases, and this Chun, like I said, is the beginning of the spring. And yeah, there's a new yang qi developing or coming up for the coming year, and a lot of people, they already feel it in their own little universe or also around them, that there is more energy flowing, and we are already past the peak of the winter of the yin, and there's new young energy coming. So yeah, and you see it's still very cold in here. Here inside is actually much colder than outside. We are going to have a walk in the mountain later, and they're gonna be a little bit warmer than even inside here. So I want to welcome all the Dao friends joining me today. Wudang, Wudang, Tianzun. I see there is many people from all around the world, and I bless you with the new yang qi from today's holy festival, Chun. Chun is not the only festival we celebrate today. Today also is the Shengdan. Shengdan is more like a holy day for the immortal, and today is Shengdan Re. It's a holy day for Wang Chongyang. Chongyang Zhu Shi Shengdan is called in Chinese. So the Chongyang is the fourth patriarch of the Chun Pai. Chun Pai is one of the major schools nowadays. Also goes back to the time of Lü Dongbing, Han Zhongli, the 8 immortals, if this rings a bell. So the fourth patriarch name is Wang Chongyang. He was once a very rich man and official for the government, and he had a lot of businesses, to do, until one day he met two beggars, and these two beggars actually are Lü Dongbing and Han Zhongli. And long story short, they initiate him into the Daoist practices, and over the next years, it was 12 years in total, he acted like he was crazy, and therefore the family business he ran before was taken over by his wife, and she was the head of the family, and he was like the crazy guy, only stay in his room and never come out, and that way he had enough time, enough freedom for practicing his internal practices. And Wang Zhe, after 12 years, he all of a sudden disappeared, and nobody actually knew how he could get out from the room. The room was locked from inside, the windows were closed, everything was locked up, but yeah, well, he disappeared. He immaterialized, yeah, and then he went after his teachers. So today is also another important day. Is the Madanyang, one of actually the first students of Wang Chongyang. It's also the holy festival for him today. So it's Madanyang is the first disciple Wang Zhe took. Fushan Wu Liang Tianzun, thank you for recognizing, thank you for joining us today. I see there is my student Mohammed, very welcome, and Jonas, some friends from Albania, welcome to join us today. I'm just explaining the tradition of this day today, Li Chun, and the other festivals we celebrate today. We already spoke about Wang Zhe, Wang Chongyang, but one of his students, his first disciple, Madanyang, actually also we celebrate his birthday. We call it birthday in short, but actually it's called Shengdan, the festival for these immortals, and sacred festival. Sacred festival, we can also call it this way. Let me take a sip of tea. It's Bayaqilan. I really like Bayaqilan. But if some of you want to know what is my favorite tea, I love stone teas, Yan Cha. I love Dahongpao, and my stock is already finished for this year, so we're waiting for the spring tea. Okay, Madanyang was married to Sumbu'ar. Oh yes, Jonas, thank you. I had a very good day so far. Very busy because I also doing some videos for the Chinese channels. It's called Douyin. Yeah, you might know it as TikTok, but there is a Chinese version of it, and we are actually working a lot on that channel. So yes, we've been busy with this for the most part of the day. And yes, so what I just wanted to say is Sumbu'ar is the wife, or was the wife of Madanyang. Madanyang was a very wealthy man, and again, long story short, Sumbu'ar and Madanyang became both the disciples, the students of Wang Chongyang. Wang Chongyang, it's said he only had 7 students. He had more than that, but the real real group of disciples who actually also became immortal after, they are just the 7. It's also called the 7 true ones or the 7 realized ones. Yeah, and Madanyang is the oldest brother, so it's like the Da Shixiong, we will call today Da Shixiong. And Madanyang was the husband of Sumbu'ar. There's a long story I could tell you about Sumbu'ar. I will probably do this on another occasion, but Sumbu'ar was actually the first of the 7 who reached the true enlightenment, who realized Tao. And yeah, she was a very beautiful woman once, and yeah, the wife of Madanyang, of course. They haven't had children, and she left the environment where they all practiced together, and became a beggar. And because she was so beautiful, she took the really hard step to burn her face with oil, so she would look not that beautiful, avoid harassment from people that way. So she was also, she acted like a crazy old witch, and that way nobody would bother her for a certain amount of time. And she realized Tao, and actually as the first of the 7 disciples, she became an immortal. But as I just mentioned, Madanyang is the oldest brother, and him and Sumbu'ar, they lived in a very big house and a residence. And that time Wang Zhe Wang Chongyang, he was looking for his disciples. He had a vision before of 7 lotus flowers, and these his disciples and his shifu or his master, Li Dongbing, they told him that he has to look for them, for the students, for the disciples, to pass the knowledge of immortal practice, Daofa, to the next generation. And he went to a lot of places, and also almost wanted to give up. Then he had a little push from his shifu again, so he ended up actually in the residence of Ma Dan Yang. Ma Dan Yang was a very wealthy man, and the family of his, they had a business, and they didn't really accept his decision to take in the begging Daoist, who is not really doing any good. But for him it was very clear that Wang Zhe was a very special teacher, so he actually gave up everything, and the house became very lonely, and they created the first kind of retreat or center, if you want to use modern terms, for Daoist believers. And Wang Chongyang, he was teaching in this residence of Ma Dan Yang for quite some time, until he and his 7 students left this area, actually without Sumbuar, but there was another woman. She was the mother of one of the other students. But we can talk about the 7 true masters in another episode. For today, I just wanted to give you a short introduction of the history of the 2 immortals we celebrate, or we have a festival, holy or sacred celebration today. Is Ma Dan Yang, one of the students of Wang Zhe, and Wang Zhe is the 4th patriarch of the Chun school. So Li Chun is today, and in Germany it is, I don't have a time on me. The Li Chun is actually tonight at 10:58. So it's 2 minutes before 11. The Li Chun starts. The spring is starting, and we're going to have a ceremony later on tonight in the evening, where we also pray for blessings for all the people on earth, all beings, and we're gonna also offer and burn holy registers for those for those in need, for the suffering, and for those in need. And we are going to make a little photos, I guess, so you can see it. Afterwards we're gonna post that too. And if the most of you already left, I'm also leaving now, because I'm going to prepare with one of my students for the ceremony tonight. There's a lot of things to prepare, talisman, and also offerings like the Yuanbao Huang Yuanbao, the one, the golden paper money, Yuanbao, and we have to make them by ourselves. There's a big bag waiting over there. I can show you maybe later, but we already made a video for this, how to make those. If you're interested in Daoist practices, Daoist history, culture, and in what we do, what we offer, we do also classes, workshops, and online courses, also for martial art and health longevity practices. You're welcome to look on our website, and you're gonna find your way to the right option or right menu. Okay, so I'm going to leave you for a good day. I wish you a good day wherever you are near or far. I'm Daoist Liu from the Wudang in Germany. 福生无量天尊。